Hello everybody, and what I'd like to do today is to teach you how to use WebAssign to make an assignment, a timed quiz. So first, you need to have a proper WebAssign login and a course built as you see below. I've called it QBiz 110 section 28. Alright, let's get going. Under assignments, you click create, and here we go. First of all, from our previous video, you should have seen the ability to create a template. If you don't have a template, you have a bunch of options here, or I'm going to go to Joe Quiz, a template I built. You can call assignment name. I'd be very clear. It's quiz on section 10.1, or whatever section you're having a quiz on. Give the description and instructions you'd like. I usually leave them blank. To me, a quiz is pretty clear what you got to do. All right, so we got to pick questions. We click on the question browser, and it pops up. If it didn't pop up, it's probably hidden somewhere down on your taskbar. All right, so it should now give you the title of the book you have and the section. If you don't have this, you didn't set up your course correct. You got to set that up correctly. All right, chapter 10, section 10.1, curve sketching from this book. All right, so what do we got? We have about 44 questions. You can use this Dropbox to see you have 44 questions to pick from. How many questions do you pick for your quiz? You should think about that as you build your quiz. So for my quiz, I'm now going to look at this question. Again, it tells me the book, tells me section, not section, I'm sorry, edition 12, chapter 10, section 1, question 1. Add. All right, so I add it. Boom, it comes over to here. If by accident I add the wrong question, I can click delete trash can here and it'll remove it. By the way, some cool facts. If they kept timed, they'll tell you how long typically a student takes it. This, if we just hover over it, will tell me how many students on WebAssign have attempted it. So far, over 6,000 students. And more importantly, how many get it wrong on the first try. Since only 17% get it wrong on the first try, I know it's a relatively easy question. The longer the red bar, the harder the question is on the first try. So understand that when you're doing a quiz. You may not have that many opportunities. So instead of me scrolling down and seeing very similar questions over and over, just going to skip to the next section of questions, questions 11 to 20. So up comes a new question. I scroll down. I kind of like this question here from, again, chapter 10, section 1, question 15 in the book. This is modified slightly, but it's the same idea. It's got a good question, so I import it over. Once again, a lot of students have attempted it. Very important, a lot of get it wrong. So when I'm building this quiz, I got to be smart when I'm building this quiz. All right, I continue down. What else do I have? Looks like another good question to add. Well, probably a little bit difficult. Let me add this question. Boom. And since we're doing a practice one, I really shouldn't worry about what type of questions I'm adding. If I'm building the quiz for a quiz purpose, I will be very careful on which ones I pick. So I got question 3. I like it. Again, you can go all the way up to question 41 to 44. You like this question? You add it in. And so I've added 4 questions for my quiz. This one looks pretty difficult again. Half get it wrong on the first try, so I got to keep that in mind. Once you've done picking your questions for your quiz, you update assignment. By the way, this is exactly the same way you would build a lab or a homework on WebAssign. You just title it differently and maybe use a different template. All right, so I have my questions. You may choose the point values for these questions. I think they're default for each question. There's usually 3 parts. There's a point for each. So you can do that drop box there, that little plus box, and see that this question has that many parts. And that's why there's 8 points. There's 8 parts. You can give how many points per part you would like. It's up to you, your discretion. Once you've got it fit the way you liked it, click Save. Upon clicking Save, now you have it forever. So if you don't want to schedule it right now, you want to kind of balance things out, you can wait to schedule it. I'm going to schedule it right away, so schedule. Now, up pops up probably all the sections you're teaching. For each section, you're going to have to schedule it. So here's a sketch. I only have one section, so I'm scheduling it. I'm going to go out to the week I want it due. In this case, I'm going to pick a week that I don't have anything. If I pick the prior week, I have a bunch of activities due. So right here, I have nothing due. Over here is the assignment. I click and drag it in. I like it due on a specific day of the week. So I pick, for example, Wednesday, April 8th, and I'm going to tell it 10 p.m. Now, you can choose availability and view until, but I don't choose to change those. I keep it very basic when I do things. Again, Wednesday, April 8th, 10 p.m. scheduled. Please keep in mind, this is the same thing I would do for a lab or a homework. So far, nothing different. That's how I'd build a lab or a homework. The only difference for a quiz, I want it timed. That's the key component. So over here in my blue drop box, over here under the scheduler, there's edit restrictions. When I click on edit restrictions, I get a bunch of cool security restrictions. Password protected if you'd like, IP restricted, or lockdown browser. None of that's needed. If I give a test on WebAssign, I might look into these features. Timed assignment is what I'm looking into. So based on how difficult the 4 questions I picked, I'm going to give each student 60 minutes to complete it after it's first open. And that's very important. As soon as a student opens this assignment, they get 60 minutes. If they close it, the timer keeps going, I believe. So as soon as they open, they get 60 minutes. And you got to keep them abreast of that. Keep it open, get going. Now, I have it due on April 8th at 10 p.m. They can start it on April 1st, April 2nd, April 3rd. I'm trying to be flexible to the students. So I'm going to let them know, hey guys, you have 7 days to take this. April 1st, April 2nd, whenever you want to take it. But I'm going to let you know April 8th at 10 p.m. it is due. So if you start it at April 8th at 9:30, you're giving up 30 minutes. You're not going to get that back. The thing shuts down at 10 p.m. So if you start this quiz late, you are, well, losing your time. You started at 9:45, you only get 15 minutes. Everybody else got 60 minutes. But hey, I gave you the flexibility of over a week to do it. Your choice of when you start it. Now, if you have students that need more time, right here, this section, you can grant specific time more for each student that need it. All right, we click save and boom, it's built. Over here, just to make sure, there's a little time feature, tells you it's been timed assignment. And just for completeness sake, I'll go back to home and I see all the assignments I have built. I got my homework, that's test one answers, don't worry about that. I got my lab and I got my homework. Each one of these I built the exact same way. The only difference for a quiz, again, is it's timed. If I need to edit it at any time, you can see schedule. I can edit it at any time right here. Or edit the questions, or view the scores. If you're curious on how the students are doing, you can click on scores. They'll bring up your student scores, and you can see how well they're doing. And kind of with the quiz, to me, it'll help me engage how to help them teach in the future. That's really what a quiz is for me. I do thank you guys. That's it.